I'm Graham. This is producer Brett. This is, what's your title?
I don't know. I don't even know what I do here.
All around badass.
Yeah.
Camera, editor Carlos.
Yep, that's me.
So Bert Kreischer in the books. Knowing Brett, this is your favorite taping you've ever done. Until we have the next one.
Yeah.
But thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good time. We got to go to Philly and LA with them, so it felt like we kind of covered all aspects of his life, one on the road and one at, his home base podcast studio. So a lot of fun stuff. He's an interesting guy, and he definitely had you laughing throughout the times of the interview, which I thought,
I
was
thought
good.
he cried more than I laughed.
I think you're right about that, actually.
Yeah, maybe both.
I could not believe he started crying right after he got off stage in Philly. And I want to be clear, in no way am I making fun of him. I think he has an incredible story. He worked his ass off to achieve his success, and he's such a nice guy. His wife's amazing as well. But I was surprised by how quickly he would get emotional. Hey Bert, how did it go?
Go on. It's amazing. I'm like on cloud nine. You can't do something like that and not feel just like incredible gratitude. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, and you're burying the lead here because you made him cry 5 minutes before he walked on stage for his comedy special.
Oh my
too?
God. Well, it wasn't 5 minutes, but it was close enough. And I remember when that was happening, I'm like, oh my God, his team's gonna kill me.
I was too.
I assume you want to have your head in the right place for this, but I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit. He turns it on, and that was a cool moment being with him backstage right before he went on stage, and you accompanied him.
Yes, I did. We had the privilege to, go back behind stage, and I don't remember whose idea it was, but I think it was you. You said, hey, do you think you can go up behind him and just follow him up there? I'm like, I can do that? And you're like, yeah. I was like, hell yeah, I want to do that.
Put your hands together for the one, the only, Bert Kreischer!
So yeah, I got the chance to go up with him on stage, and I tell you, it's an experience. I mean, you go up there, the lights are just flashing on you, and then you slowly tilt down, and you see thousands of people are just, Bert, ah.
And then you took your shirt off too.
Yeah, and I took my shirt off. It was, and then we actually bumped bellies too at one point.
Your emotions were what right before that?
Right before, I was hyped. I was doing little exercises. I was like, all right, let's do this. All right, we got this. All right. I had my camera, I got my rig ready. I was like, all right, I got this.
I thought you were nervous.
Oh, I was very nervous too. I mean, I was afraid I was gonna it up because this is only a one-time opportunity. I can't mess this up.
Okay, wait, so you're thinking what? Oh, I hope I don't this up, or you're like, oh my God, what if I trip, or what?
That's what it was. I was afraid I was gonna trip right behind him, and I would just be like, oh, and I screw up the shot, I embarrass myself, and I'm on TV, me falling. Like who the hell is that camera operator just fell on his ass? But no, everything went well. It was exciting. Definitely one of my best experiences.
He was, he's one of the biggest comedians out there right now. I was shocked to learn he had the third highest grossing tour of the year behind only Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's wild. When I heard that, I was like, really? Wow.
Favorite part of the episode?
I like the house tour that we did, because it was interesting too, because for those who weren't there, he runs this a production company called Birdie Boy Productions, and basically he has this giant house full of people like producers, social media people, editors. So I liked seeing all his different pictures and Bert stuff, and then all the editors there. It was cool.
It's certainly motivating to decorate our office more.
Tons of cool stuff with Bert. Everything from a tour bus tour to, as Carlos mentioned, the podcast studio tour, which really was just a cool tour in general, just because of the unique stuff at his place.
Yeah.
dipping back to Philly a little bit, felt like you and Bert were kind of buddies, you know, and that the vibes were kind of, he loved, right when he, first off, you met him and DJ Jazzy Jeff at the same exact time, and Bert was acting as if like, you were the man.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Good to see you.
Have you met Jeff?
I'm not.
How are you?
Hey, I'm Graham.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Epic. He is epic.
But yeah, I mean, it was a ton of access, and I definitely appreciate that.
My favorite story from the interview was him recounting his nightmare after his best friend's suicide. I don't know how you guys felt, but I was trying to hold it together as he's like emotionally recalling this story.
Yeah, it was such like a wild dream, but so touching at the same. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I remember.
Did you bring a tear to your eye?
Well, one of our crew members actually asked me after the interview if I was crying. I wasn't, but like that was just kind of the vibe in the room, is that we were all assuming each other were tearing up. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got pretty emotional. I was just like, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah, and on that topic, you had to ask a tough question.
About if he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Right, and he said no. He obviously does not have good lifestyle habits, and somebody close to him had told me, you know, they were concerned for him, and he tried pretty aggressively to find out who that was.
Who said it?
Somebody.
Just tell me who said it.
Somebody that.
Tell me who said it. Tell me who said it.
Just
Tell me
somebody
who said it.
Yeah, I mean, he threw out a lot of names. One of which was, I'm not even going to acknowledge whether it was. He threw out a lot of names, and he was trying very hard to figure out who it was, and I think that's only because it actually bothered him.
Struck a nerve for sure.
You know, end of the day, Bert was awesome. They gave us great access. Leanne was awesome. Peter was awesome.
Shout out to Peter.
Really neat to have the opportunity to get welcomed into the inner circle of his operation for a couple days, and we hope you enjoyed it. For Brett, Carlos, I'm Graham. Goodbye.